Group 1, finding, evaluating, and processing information.
To plan, firstly, you need to maintaining ethics and etiquette in your research to avoid ethical lapse by the following points. First, do not force a specific outcome by skewing your research. Approach your research with an open mind and a willingness to accept whatever you find. Second, respect the privacy of your research participants. Business believe they have a right to protect their confidential information from competitors and consumers. Third, document sources and give appropriate credit. Whether you are using published documents, personal interviews, or company records. Next, you need to familiarizing yourself with the subject by exploring subject area and develop problem statement. For example, if you are exploring industry publications, then you need to define purpose. Second, if you are exploring websites and social media, you need to identify conclusion. And third, if you are exploring interviews, then you need to face problem as a question in your interviews.
I want to explain about identifying information gaps. Firstly, focus on specific issues. It's refer to concentrating attention and effort on particular, well-defined problems or generator matters. Secondly, find the specific information gaps. It's refer to identifying areas where essential or relevant data is missing, incomplete or unclear. Thirdly, dig deeper into purpose, which is it is essential to dig beyond surface level understanding. Next, I want to explain about prioritizing research needs. Firstly, limited time and resource. Second, focus on trivial question. Third, avoid overloading. And lastly, categorization or questions. So thank you.
Okay, so the second part is conducting secondary research. So before we conduct our secondary research, we need to evaluate whether the source have a reputation for honesty and reliability. The second one is the source potentially biased? Third one is what is the purpose of the material? Is the author credible? And the last one is where did the source get the information? Okay, so moving on to the next part, which is locating sources. So it was divided into two parts, which is internal resources and external resources. So in the internal resources, we combine documents, knowledge management system, and research repository. And on the side of external resources, with print and online resources, we have the reference from librarian, and the last one is public reports. Okay, so for the next part, which is online monitoring tools, so it will automatically monitor select sources. So for example, it will subscribe to news feeds, it will create alerts on search engines and online database, it will follow people on Twitter and use specialized monitors. Okay, so for the last part on conducting secondary research, which is documenting sources. So there will be three important functions, which is the first one, we need to properly credit originator. The second one is we shows sufficient support for a message, and the last one, we help readers explore more topic in more detail.
The fourth one is conducting primary research. There's two ways to conduct primary research. The first one is gathering information with survey. First step is choosing the right participant. The second one is develop quality question, so you can find the objective that you want based on the survey. The third one is using survey tools and expert. The fourth one is ensure surveys work on all devices. The second way to conduct primary research is interview. You can choose the interview format such as online, face-to-face, or group interview. The second one is avoid close-ended question. The third one, share question in advance so they can prepare to answer the question. The fourth one is stay alert to new topic. And the fifth one is review and organize note promptly.
Next, we go to processing data and information. Quoting. Quoting is copy the exact words from someone else's writing or speech using quotation marks to show they are not your own words. As example, Ustaz Wadi Anwar said, knowledge is a light. Next, paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is rewrite the idea in your own words without copying exactly but keep the original meaning. Next, summarizing. Summarizing is like paraphrasing but shorter. You only mention the main point or idea. Next, analyzing numeric data. Analyzing numeric data means looking at numbers to find patterns or useful information. Next, analyzing numeric data.
How to write a research summary. First, identify key point. Highlight the main ideas and supporting evidence. Leave out minor detail and example. Second, think about your audience. Present the information that most important to your readers, even if it's bad news. Third, stay objective, be honest and accurate. Focus on what your research shows, not what you think about it. How to draw conclusion. First, be logical. Ensure your conclusion follow clear reasoning and avoid mistake like jumping to conclusion or using emotional argument. Second, base it on the evidence. Use only the information from your report. Don't add new details or ignore evidence that doesn't support your conclusion.
Okay, so for the last one is suggest what to do to the information. So we have to first make your recommendation and then the making your research available to others. So for the making recommendation, your recommendation must adequately describe the step, and then must be upon logical and sound like a conclusion. And last but not least, your recommendation must be practical and acceptable. So for the second one is making your research available to others. You can use the knowledge management system, social media tools, or group contributions. Okay, that's all.